Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Heart Whispers with Gorge. I hope you're doing well and taking very good care of yourself. I'm Sonali, aka Gorge, and I'm so grateful you've chosen to spend these few moments with me today. Whether you're listening during your morning coffee, on your way to work, while folding laundry, or simply taking a quiet moment for yourself, thank you so much for being here. Our today's whisper comes from a place very close to my heart, a place where I've spent many years learning, growing, laughing, questioning, and discovering some of life's most profound lessons. The classroom. Yes, so our today's episode is called The Child Within. Lessons on teaching, parenting, and growing together. Now, before we begin, I want to say something. This episode isn't only for parents, and it isn't only for teachers either. It's for anyone who has ever loved a child, anyone who has ever cared for a child, anyone who has ever influenced a young mind, and most importantly, anyone who was once a child themselves. Because beneath our responsibilities, titles, achievements, worries, and expectations, there lives a younger version of ourselves. A child who still longs to be seen, to be heard, to be loved. And perhaps that's where today's conversation truly begins. Over the years, I have had the privilege of working with children from different backgrounds, personalities, strengths, and abilities. Some were confident, some were shy, some were curious, some were struggling, some were full of questions, and some carried stories they didn't yet have the words to tell. But if there's one thing children have taught me, it's this. Every child wants the same thing: to feel loved, to feel accepted, to feel safe, to know that they matter. And the more I think about it, the more I realize, and so do we adults, right? We spent our lives searching for what every child naturally needs: connection, belonging, understanding, love. Children may be small in size, but their emotional needs are no different from ours. And often they communicate those needs in ways we don't immediately understand. A tantrum may be a cry for connection. A withdrawn child may be carrying sadness. A stubborn child may be seeking autonomy. A child who constantly seeks attention may simply be asking, "Do you even see me?" As adults, we are often quick to correct behavior. But what if we became curious about behavior instead? What if, before reacting, we paused and asked, what is this child trying to communicate? What are they feeling? What do they need right now? Because behavior is communication, especially when feelings are bigger than words. One of the greatest lessons teaching has taught me is that children don't learn because we speak. They learn because we connect. Children may forget lessons, they may forget worksheets, they may even forget facts and formulas. But they never forget how someone made them feel. They remember the teacher who believed in them, the parent who listened, the adult who encouraged them, the person who saw their potential before they could see it themselves. And isn't that true for all of us? Think back to your own childhood. Chances are you don't even remember every lesson that you learned, but you remember how certain people made you feel safe, loved, encouraged, or perhaps unseen, criticized, compared, misunderstood. Words leave marks, and so does silence. As parents, teachers, and caregivers, we often underestimate the power of our words. The way we speak to children today becomes the way they speak to themselves tomorrow. Imagine that. Every encouraging word becomes confidence. Every moment of patience becomes security. Every act of kindness becomes self-worth. What a beautiful responsibility, right? But here's something equally important. Children don't need perfect adults. They need present adults. Adults who are willing to apologize when they are wrong. Adults who listen. Adults who try. Adults who continue showing up again and again. Because perfection is impossible, but connection is not. Another lesson children have taught me is how to be present. Children don't worry about 5-year plans. They don't obsess over tomorrow. They find joys in simple things. A butterfly, a puddle, a funny joke, a story, a simple hug, a cloud shaped like an elephant. They remind us that happiness often lives in ordinary moments. And perhaps somewhere along the journey of adulthood, we all have forgotten that. We've become so busy building a life that we've forgotten to experience it. Children invite us back into the present moment, back into wonder, back into curiosity, back into joy. And maybe that's one of their greatest gifts. But today, I want to talk something more deeper. Something that connects children and adults in a way we don't often discuss. The inner child. You see, every adult carries an inner child within them. The younger version of themselves. The little boy, the little girl, the child who once dreamed freely, loved openly, trusted easily, and sometimes got hurt deeply. Many of our adult fears don't begin in adulthood. They begin much, much earlier. The fear of rejection, the fear of failure, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of being judged, the fear of abandonment, the fear of disappointing others, the fear of speaking up, the fear of taking up space. These fears are often echoes from our childhood experiences. Perhaps there was a time when we felt unseen, compared, criticized, rejected, misunderstood, and even though we've grown older, a part of us still remembers. That is our inner child speaking. Not to hurt us, but to be heard. And healing begins when we finally listen. Not with judgment, not with shame, but with compassion. Healing your inner child doesn't mean changing the past. It means changing your relationship with it. It means giving yourself the love you may not have ever received, the understanding you may have needed, the reassurance you long to hear. Sometimes healing looks like setting boundaries. Sometimes it means resting without guilt. Sometimes it means forgiving yourself. Sometimes it means choosing yourself. And sometimes it means simply looking in the mirror and saying, "You are enough. You're always there with me. You always stand by me. I know you will never leave me." Because the child within you was never asking for perfection. All it asked was love, safety, and only acceptance. And perhaps one of the greatest gifts of adulthood is that we now have the chance to become the person our younger selves needed most. A source of kindness, a source of encouragement, a source of unconditional love. So whether you're a parent, teacher, or caregiver, or simply someone trying to heal, I hope today's whisper reminds you of something important. Children are not empty vessels waiting to be filled. They are whole human beings waiting to be understood. And the same is true for us. We are all learning. We are all growing. We are all healing. And we are all doing the best we can with what we know. And with this, we have come to the end of our today's whisper. And I want you to carry one thought with you. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, there is a younger version of you still listening, still healing, still hoping to be loved. Speak to that version with kindness. Hold that version with compassion. And remind them that they made it. They survived. They grew. And they are worthy of love exactly as they are. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of your journey. Until next time, may your heart find peace, may your soul find comfort, and may you never stop listening to the quiet wisdom within. This is Gorge, signing off from Heart Whispers with Gorge. And remember, the loudest answers often come from life's softest whispers. Until our hearts meet again, take care of yourself and keep loving yourself. Thank you so much and see you soon.